and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Let's talk about term limits, right? What's so important about them? Why do we need to talk about term limits? Well, apparently
I feel like an internet historian. What are term limits?
What are they? Well, U.S. lawmaker outlines plan to drain the swamp in Congress. So this is coming from a Republican lawmaker, and this is more of just a thought idea. And really, I want to get both of your opinions on this idea. So term limits could soon be introduced for members of both the U.S. Senate and House of Representatives, thanks to Representative Madison Cawthorn, Republican from North Carolina, who told Fox News, that same Fox News, that's always on point, right? On Tuesday, that he is launching a campaign to get a measure passed. If you're not able, and I like this quote right here, if you're not able to accomplish your goals in over a decade, I really don't want you to represent me in any way, the Republican said Tuesday. I think we all can agree. I think we can agree with that.
Yeah.
The term limits have been discussed in the past by politicians, with former President Donald Trump even making it a last-minute campaign promise during the 2020 presidential election. But the task of passing such a seismic legislation is one Cawthorn admits will not likely be achieved this year, especially as it needs a congressional amendment, a 2/3 majority in the House and Senate, and ratification by over 36 states. The current Speaker of the House, Nancy Ice Cream, Nancy,
Mama Bear Pelosi,
has served since 1987.
You know, when the country and the economy was basically the same as it is now.
And recently announced she will be running for re-election. Her Senate counterpart, Chucky Boy Schumer, has served since 1999. So there we go. And again, 18 term limits, Nancy. If you haven't accomplished what you want to do, then
She's made her bank account go from normal.
Right,
person.
I was gonna maybe she has high hopes for how much money she makes.
She's like,
she wants that money.
200 million. Let me hit 200 million.
She wants that money.
For some people, it's just not enough. It's just not enough.
I still say that if you're gonna run for office, one of the best things you can do to people is say, "Hey, I have inside information. I'm gonna put together a stock brokerage, and all my constituents can put their money in, and you know your return's going to be better than anything else."
Well, I get double the returns than the regular.
I got inside information.
Schmo.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm in for that.
I don't know.
Wink, wink, wink. I got you the inside. So, Cawthorn revealed that he'll be launching a term limits tour across the country to amass public support to help drain the swamp. Another goal of the congressman is to make his term limits legislation popular enough that it becomes something future Republicans must support to earn endorsements. Cawthorn's term limits would apply to new members of Congress. I think the American people deserve a class of elected officials that aren't entrenched in Washington, D.C., because once you've been here for over 12 years, you start to repel the swamp, and I think you start to morph into it, the 26-year-old congressman said.
Yes.
Current President Joe 30330 hasn't spoken much about the idea of term limits, but he did oppose term limit legislation that was part of the GOP's Contract with America in 1994. Then Senator Biden argued that power of the ballot box gave people the opportunity to vote out anyone they do not like. But oh wait, there's a thing called money in politics, where lobby groups, Wall Street executives, big banks, and major corporations are buying our legislative lawmakers. They're making sure that they remain in office because, again, why would these lobby groups take the risk of having somebody new in office when they would have someone that's going to constantly write legislation to benefit them? That's why we are in this nightmare right now. That's why we have politicians who are in their 80s and 90s. Look, Dianne Feinstein, if she gets reelected, will be 91 years old. 91. What more can you do at that age? Nancy, she's 88. What more can she do? She should be spending her golden years with her grandkids, but maybe because she might be such a vile, evil person, they don't want to be anywhere near her. So there we go.
That Jenny's ice cream.
I need that ice cream.
The blood ice cream.
Oh God!
And it's like all they're doing is staying there because what's even crazier that most of the people in Congress are pre-boomer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the silent generation.
There actually aren't that many boomers in Congress or Senate. It's all previous.
Yes.
Which is, it says a lot without saying a whole lot. It's, they're there, they're keeping power, and they're destroying the country in the meantime with their, again, it's like, look, just open a book, find a book that has every empire, and look at the last, like, couple years of each of those sections in the book. It's gonna look just like now. People that are in that really don't know what's going on. It's like, What are we going to do with these people? They have really good health care. We're really screwed.
Yeah.
By the way, they vote for themselves. Isn't it great how they can just do that? Like all the important people, who's important by who gets to vote for themselves. Like the police are like, we get to decide when we get to look at information so that we can look at a crime scene early and then give testimony. We get to do that. That's our thing that we get to do. And politicians are like, you can't have healthcare, but I can. You can't have insider trading, but I can. You can't get paid minimum wage, but I'm getting paid a lot more than minimum wage. Also, vote for me or you're evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I do. Here's a Republican lawmaker. I'm probably not going to agree on other personal issues,
Right,
or other policy issues, but I do agree with this Republican lawmaker, and I wish him all the best. Do I think he'll succeed in this Congress? Probably not. But term limits are a thing, and I would say to these, they should serve 2 term limits, and that's it.
By the way, do you see the caveat in that bill? It's 2 terms for new congressmen.
Oh.
Well, because what I was gonna say, my 2 cents was like, this Madison Cawthorn fellow better watch his back. I'm trying to push this kind of legislation through. What is he thinking, man?
Nancy will probably come up behind him with like with an ice cream.
No.
That's the type of stuff. That's the type of stuff that will get bipartisan support in like an actual way. Like that, that is not something you freaking actually go public with.
And it's the thing. It's like at some point there's just going to be a period where it's like within 5 years, like, oh wow, half of Congress just died.
Yeah, no,
old age.
That would be funny.
It won't be because they are dropped into a volcano.
No,
but it would be funny.
I mean, they're old people with assistants.
Yeah, but it would be funny though to cover that. Could you imagine like maybe next month or 2 months, and you find out like all this.
Remember that year when all those celebrities just started like dropping dead?
Yeah,
it'll be a year like that where it's like a dozen
like politicians
Congress
are dead. Like, wow, who would ever think keeping these politicians in office for so long this would happen? But no, I do.
95 years old, he was a spring chick.
95 years old, he was too young. Oh, he was
done. He
was the young blood in Congress. But good.
Like,
so good luck to you, Representative
Cawthorn.
Cawthorn.
Start hitting points in the future where they're like, we need to bring back the telegraph. That was where it was at.
No, Nancy's gonna be like, listen, I don't know what this cell phone thing is. I don't know how it works. But so long as you vote for me, we need to have more liquor and ice creams, rum raisins.
Isn't it great to know that the people that are running how the internet works don't know what the internet works and don't know it?
No, I was going to say, this internet, it's biased. Anytime I look myself up, it only has negative stuff on it.
They know. I've seen that in transcripts. Oh, God. I remember they brought like Google or Facebook there. I think it was Google, and they're like, "Why when I look up myself is it negative?"
You know what?
It's all negative because you're an asshole.
Yeah,
that's why.
People don't like your old asses. That's why. People don't like these old bastards. Dianne Feinstein's 91, Nancy's 88, Chucky, God Almighty, what's it? Turtle Boy Mitch McConnell. There were a couple, like I think it was in 2020. There were some recent photos of him. He was looking half dead in those pictures. Yes, Turtle Boy Mitch McConnell, I'm talking about you. He looks like a goddamn zombie. Chucky Boy Schumer. Biden doesn't even know where he's at half the time.
You know what's also funny about all these guys? They're like, you can't have anything. They were the people that grew up in America when America was Rome, where they got everything. They're like, you want $15 an hour? I only made $6 an hour 50 years ago. Then you do the inflation, so that's $25 an hour. Shut up.
Yeah. No, 100%. No, I know. That's always the argument. That's frequently the argument.
It's like I'm a congressperson. I know things, but inflation, it just gets out of my head. I don't know.
Until it works in my favor to use that argument, and then...
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I would say about Representative Cawthorn, I wish him all the best. Keep your head on a swivel, buddy.
I'll totally support this.
Nancy could probably come up behind you with an ice cream spoon and be like, I'll scoop out your brain if you ever try and bring this up again. Be careful, Cawthorn, because Nancy would probably do that to you.
You better watch it.
But
you'll find yourself inside one of those.
By the way, I was gonna say, I feel worried for the Congress people, because you know how they're always like when they're on TV, they're always in that circle, that second floor of the Capitol building. It's like one of them's gonna fall over at some point.
Oh yeah, like Nancy would be like,
for sure. I
hey
can't believe that
Cawthorn,
happened.
like Nancy would be like, Hawthorne, I got a surprise for you. And be like, hired goons.
I'm sorry. Now my imagination gets away. My business partner and I have very funny conversations about Nancy Pelosi. So I probably shouldn't let that. I probably shouldn't let that out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, and then her like crazy lizard tongue comes out and swipes in, and then her like one layer of like eyes. Blink.
Did you see what's the show? There's literally a show that just came out that has that. It's a cartoon. It's really good. It's the conspiracy theory show that just came out on Hulu, Netflix. So someone chat will tell me what it is. It's actually Inside Job.
Yeah, Inside Job.
That's actually the commercials don't look good. It's a great show.
Okay, I'll have to watch it because I haven't even heard of it.
You'd like it.
Yeah.
It's
it's animated, right?
Yes.
Oh, I love
it's good.
cartoons. Okay.
So there we go.
The main character's named Reagan.
After Ronnie Boy Reagan, of course.
Naturally.
The old senile bat himself. So, Representative Cawthorn, good luck to you. All the best on this piece of legislation. It's something I agree with. So I agree with that. There you go. All right. Good luck, Representative Cawthorn. We're going to end this segment here. So.